Longfellow Middle School opened in 1960. The school was named for Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, an American poet and educator. Henry Longfellow was born in 1807 in Portland, District of Maine, Massachusetts. He was the second of 8 children born to Stephen Longfellow and Zilpah Wadsworth. Longfellow attended grade school at Portland Academy, where he excelled at his studies and became fluent in Latin. In 1820, when he was just 13 years old, Longfellow published his first poem, The Battle of Lovell's Pond. 2 years later, he enrolled at Bowdoin College in Brunswick, Maine. After his graduation in 1825, Longfellow toured Europe for several years, where he learned to speak French, Spanish, Portuguese, and German. Upon his return to Maine in 1829, Longfellow became professor of modern languages at Bowdoin College. In 1831, he married his childhood friend Mary Storer Potter. 3 years later, Longfellow was offered a professorship at Harvard College, under the stipulation that he travel abroad to continue his language studies. In October 1835, while they were in Europe, Longfellow's wife suffered a miscarriage, and she died 1 month later. Her body was shipped back to America and laid to rest in a cemetery near Boston. Henry Longfellow returned to the United States several months later, taking up his professorship at Harvard. In 1839, while at Harvard, he published his first collection of poetry, Voices of the Night. 4 years later, Longfellow married Frances Appleton of the wealthy Appleton family of Boston, whom he had met while touring the Swiss Alps on his earlier trip to Europe. Frances' father, Nathan, purchased the Craigie House in Cambridge, Massachusetts for the couple as a wedding gift. From 1844 to 1855, 6 children were born to Henry and Frances Longfellow. Frances died tragically in July 1861 from severe burn wounds after the light gauze dress she was wearing caught fire and engulfed her in flames. While desperately trying to save his wife, Henry also became badly burned. To cover his facial scars, Longfellow grew the long beard, which would become his trademark look. Devastated by her death, Longfellow sank into a deep depression from which he never fully recovered. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow died in Cambridge, Massachusetts in 1882. Historians regard Longfellow as the most popular poet of his day. Many of his works, such as Evangeline, The Song of Hiawatha, and Paul Revere's Ride, are considered classics and helped shape American literature. Today, there are numerous schools throughout the United States named in his honor.